It's dacha update. Olga's going to give us a demonstration of how the water fill tank works. This is a little item that I had a lot of fun building because it's so neat. First of all, you take a regular old garden hose and you screw it in here like this. Like this, Olga. Yeah. How many rushes does it take to screw in a garden hose? Obviously 2.
Yeah, obviously 2.
Okay, then we wander on over here to the pump, which is still hooked up at the former side of the pump house. More about that later. And you plug it in, and the pump starts magically shoving water through the hose up into the tank. Meanwhile, Betty is here. She's inside. She's grounded. She's in trouble. She's barking at neighbors way too much. And the neighbors are nice. Got to take my shoes off. You know, that's the rule around here. Okay. Ooh, it looks like Betty's getting a little snack. Leftover oatmeal. So anyway, the water is going in. I'll hold this up high enough. Maybe you can see. The water goes in the 60-liter tank, which then fills the 10-liter water heater. Water heater has got a rheostat on it, so it doesn't make real hot water. It takes about 4 minutes to fill 60 liters in there. It'll take a little longer this time since I'm also filling the wash water. Can you watch this? Watch. W-A-T-C-H. Watch. Yeah, not watch. Anyway, that's how you fill it. Now, how do you tell when there's water in it and how much? Because of condensation will build up on the outside of the tank. When your condensation line gets up to about here, you unplug it and everything's all done. Isn't that swell? Now, got a little latch here. This is to keep Miss Betty inside. The pump house was old and rickety, and the finish was, you can't stain on top of varnish and do things like that. Also, the thing was paneling over wafer board. Originally, it was a big blue wafer board box. That got turned into something that resembled a house, but it was not very functional. So I worked on it again and made it functional. But it needs to be in 3 pieces so you can get in and service the well. The roof is the only part I saved, and that shows that it's just 1 piece you pick up and there you are. Over here is the lumber for that and a couple of other projects. I wish Alexa would mow his weeds. Oh well. No more strawberries. They were good. Lots of carrots. Quite a few beets. And Anne's wonderful, beautiful flowers that I just love. Her vines have gone up the hill, up the side of the banya real nice, and put up these beautiful columbine type flowers. That's so nice. Back over here we have the remains of the outhouse and the remains of the pump house. Here we have 4 boards staying and ready for the base of the pump house. They're in a wood preservative that will keep them from rotting. Meanwhile, in the garden, vines are not doing all that great because Olga keeps moving them. There is a melon. Let's see, yeah, there's a melon in there. You see the melon? It's going to be a yummy melon, I hope. Let me zoom in on it. Ooh, there it is. I can hardly wait. Dill. More melons in there, I think. The second planting of potatoes is doing pretty good. We haven't eaten any yet. What we decided that originally the potatoes that Olga planted were very bad. Rustem came along and planted those, and they did good. Tomatoes we've been picking. Cucumbers we've been pickling. There's some peppers in here, including jalapenos and what appear to be hot Hungarian wax peppers, which are pretty good in Russian. The outside tomatoes are, some of them are doing real good and some of them are doing real bad. I don't know what but we didn't spend as much time in here as we could, and it just went jungle on us like it did the last. Oh, a little sucker. Gotta pull the sucker. There we go. Lots of blossoms on these cucumber vines, so that'll be coming along. Now, the toilet. There is the new toilet building. It looks nice and pretty on the inside because Olga and Dacha stained it. Dacha did it until she ran out of stain and Olga finished. The whole project was because of rotten foundation. The rotten boards are long gone, or I'd show you those. But I had to level it out. I'm still leveling. It's like tamping railroad ties. Kind of reminds me of my early days at the Colorado Railroad Museum 58 years ago. Tamping ties with John Boevinger. That's a name that a lot of people don't remember. But another problem is that I thought was interesting is when they dug this toilet for a vault, they stacked up tires, cut the sidewalls off and stacked up a bunch of tires. To do this project, I had to add a tire. And so I called up Vlad the Lad, who's our security guy around these parts, and he came up with a tire for us. My corn is taller than usual this year. I might actually get a couple of ears. I just love Ann's garden. So pretty. Olga's lugging around an empty water jug. We take them home and refill them so we have drinking water out here. And she also uses that water for pickling project that she has. Not much going on the deck. Eat out here quite a bit. Young family's been out here a lot this summer, more than any other summer before. Rustem is such a good cook, and I have more trouble doing fire. I either make it go out or I burn the hell out of everything. Nothing in between. Anyway, I'm going to rebuild a 3-piece pump house. Ann's rose garden is pretty. She keeps up with that pretty good. How's the water coming?
I'm going to turn the top because
okay.
I couldn't tell this time how much.
Oh, okay.
Now I can.
Yeah.
This was very little.
Here's this shows the water level.
Yeah.
I get around here where it isn't too big. But she didn't put much in. She'll plug the pump in and we'll do some more in a while. Here's yep, it's Betty. Hi, Boo Boo. She has a new nickname, Shetty Betty. The cat box is for Shattuck when he's out here. Sherlock, rather. These are what Olga's managed to put up so far. There's usually a couple of pickles in there, cucumbers in there, and some tomatoes and garlic, and always dill. There's nothing going on new upstairs. Everything is fine out here at the dacha. Thank you for watching. This has been the dacha update number 4 from Volkovo. And another thing I really like here that I haven't mentioned before is along the west fence, the vines that Rustin planted are taking hold pretty good and are blocking the view of the world's largest weed farm. So that's all for this time. Drop by next time you're in the neighborhood. This is Dirk and Olga saying goodbye.